Hello, my name is Kelly Perla, and this is my final video reflective blog for Social Work 696. Looking back at my practicum experience, I would rate myself the following scores for the MSW competencies. For demonstrating ethical and professional behavior, I would give myself a 4. I believe that during my time at a place called home, which was nearly 8 months, I was able to portray myself in a professional manner as a therapist, instructor, and intern in any capacity. I had always came prepared with my supplies and my expertise when it came to group meetings, conferences, any other assignments or activities that were happening at the agency. With engaging diversity and difference in practice, I would also give myself a 4. I chose this because I believe even though I am a seasoned intern, I still have room for some improvement in other forms of social work like counseling or therapy, but my case management skills were always being exercised and challenged to provide those who needed the support and care. With advancing human rights and social, economic, environmental justice, I would give myself a 2. Although I am aware of the many risks and dangers the clients and members of the agency may be facing, I'm still in a place of learning how to address those needs in hopes of change occurring in their own communities away from the agency. As an intern, I felt a bit out of my element when it came to stepping in, voicing my concerns, but whenever it was necessary, I did it to my best ability. With engaging in practice-informed research and research-informed practice, I give myself a 4. During the summer, the agency went through restorative practices trainings in hopes of better supporting the members and staff that they serve and work with at the agency. And I felt this is a great example of engaging in research-informed practice with people other than clients because it demonstrates not only advocacy, but it encourages others to speak up. Not only for themselves, but for those who may not have the capacity or the ability to. With engaging in policy practice, I would score myself a 2. From weekly case conference meetings to department meetings, staff and I were always actively following agency policy and department policy as far as counseling, limits of confidentiality, and things like that. And we would reiterate that practice with members, parents, and anyone else we would interact with. But as far as knowing the actual policies in place like HIPAA and other things, I did not get much experience in that. So I do believe I have more growth in that competency. With engaging with individuals, family, groups, organizations, and communities, I would give myself a 4. I felt like I was in constant engagement with members and families outside of my caseload, and it was a great experience for me to introduce myself and my role at the agency and just get the kids more familiar with me. With assessing individuals, family, groups, organizations, and communities, I would score myself a 2. Before the end of my practicum, I was able to sit in and observe multiple mental health assessments with the intention to conduct my own at one point. But unfortunately, I was unable to do so. So I definitely feel like I need more practice in assessing and using different forms of assessments before I can give myself a higher score. I was provided helpful guidance and resources to help me understand what criteria is being asked in a mental health assessment. So that should help me in the future when I start to learn how to conceptualize things. With intervening with individuals, families, groups, organizations, and communities, I would give myself a 3. Same with engaging with these populations. I feel like the constant interaction have really helped me gain more confidence in intervening and applying my support when necessary, including with my clients and their needs. And just a couple weeks ago, I had done a resource fair with the agency where we were able to supply the community with multiple outside resources, corporations, and backpacks. It was a back-to-school event. Lastly, for evaluating practice with individuals, families, groups, organizations, and communities, I would give myself a 3. The practicum provided me with multiple outlets of evaluations for members and staff at the agency I was a part of. From member check-ins to department meetings and touch points, I was able to learn how to document progress in treatment and analyze what other needs may be presenting when working with clients or with staff on a project or an event. So overall, I truly enjoyed my time working at a place called home for a second internship. I would say that Dr. Austin, my supervisor at the agency, would agree that some areas of growth that have happened for me was establishing, my role and my position at the agency, advancing rights, engaging in practice, things of that sort. One area I do believe, and Dr. Austin would agree with me too, that I still need growth in is assessing. Just because I've gotten a lot of exposure to it, it was a great foundation to start with. However, it is not necessarily at a level where I can say that I'm proficient or emerging even. It's something that I would have to just develop over time as I start to get into my career and explore my options when it comes to the social work field. Dr. Austin had submitted a sweet review as far as how she wants to rate each and every competency for me. So she has submitted that. And I'm very, very glad to be at the end of this road. I feel like I have learned a lot in this experience, and I just hope to keep learning more in my future, whether it be me as a social worker, practitioner, a program manager, provider, or whatever the next chapter of life has for me. Thank you very much for watching my video blogs. Have a good day.